Hello and welcome to Fuck Your Opinion. This is a movie review show with yours truly, Sean. Today I watched the piece of shit, Mortal Kombat. Before we get into my thoughts, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. That really helps my channel out a lot. And if you do not KO that like button, then I will KO you. Anywho, off the bat, this is a bad movie. I wanted it so badly to be good because I love martial arts movies. I love a lot of this cast. So I'm like, come on, come on, come on. And fucked it up. Call me old fashioned. But when we have a tournament movie called Mortal Kombat, in the premises, there is a tournament where all the fighters in the universe fight each other in Mortal Kombat. I expect there to be a Mortal Kombat tournament. Is that so much to ask for? I mean, it seems pretty straightforward, and yet there is no Mortal Kombat in this fucking movie. How? In what world did an executive think that was a good idea? This is all set up for the Mortal Kombat tournament. I would think that the approach to a movie like this is pretty straightforward. Hey, let's just do Bloodsport and just do a straightforward tournament and make it really bloody and violent. Isn't that what people want? I don't understand. Is that too much to ask for? No, instead, the plot just decides, hey, we're gonna just be really fucking complicated and just like constant expositions dumps, constant like 30 characters you gotta juggle, lots of things going on, and it was just tedious the whole way through. And the thing is, this film wants to take itself really seriously, which, you know what? You want to take yourself seriously? Fine. Be my guest. This property seems like one that you want to be a little more tongue in cheek about, but I totally get it. I understand. The thing is, though, if you want to take yourself seriously, you can't also just be absolutely dumb and stupid at the same time. There are so many instances in this convoluted plot that just make no sense, and either a character has to kind of explain it away somehow, or it's just completely forgotten about. So, for example, Cole Young's backstory is essentially that he is an ancestor of this great warrior, and Lord Raiden, the god character, took the baby ancestor of Cole Young and raised that child. Makes sense enough, right? But what doesn't make sense is the whole plot line in this movie is essentially trying to find Cole Young and people like Cole Young. If Raiden knew that this was going to be a thing, why on earth would he let any of Cole Young's ancestors out of the temple? It'd be like, hey, we got to prepare you. We got to prepare any family you have for this contest. Why? At what point did like Cole Young's grandfather just say like, peace out, guys. I'm done with this monk life. Fuck this shit. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. When Cole Young gets teleported back to his family in the middle of the movie, I'm just saying to myself, the bad guys are gonna kill you regardless. It's not like you go home and it's like, oh, we're all good. We're all good in Cole Young land. No violence here. No bad guys here. It's coming. Why would you lead them to your family? It's very stupid. And it's not like it's explained as a plan one way or another. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. All right. So I'm going to right now run down the list of people involved and how they fucked this up, essentially. So first we got Simon McQuoid, the director. I was doing a little digging beforehand. He has no film credits to his name. And I'm like, wow, I cannot. How did you get this big fucking job if you don't have any film credits? Turns out he's a commercial director. And you know what? As someone who worked in the commercial space, this makes a whole lot of sense. You have pretty looking shots, but at the same time, you have no story and you overly complicate everything. Going back to the Bloodsport thing I was saying earlier, I don't need a story. I don't really need a story. But what I don't need is a really complicated, stupid story to waste my time and effort and energy. Just do something simple. Next is our lead protagonist, Cole Young, played by Louis Tan. This is very upsetting for me because as soon as I saw Louis Tan in Iron Fist, which RIP that piece of shit show, but I was like, this guy has something. He is a great fighter. I think if you use him more, he can be really awesome and cool. Because I am very much of the mindset that for martial arts action projects, you want to start with somebody who is a great fighter first and then work around the acting as opposed to get a solid actor who can't fight for shit. Because when you do that, the fight scenes suck. And especially for something like Mortal Kombat, it makes so much sense to use Louis Tan because he's a great fighter. And I was so excited for that. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how bad of an actor Louis Tan is. It's kind of mind-boggling to me how every line he gives is just so bad, so bad. And Louis Tan, I am rooting for you. Do not get me wrong. I like you. But Jesus Christ. I mean, when he's talking to his family, trying to console him, I'm like, is this the first time you are reading dialogue? Or like later on, when they are in the void, like all the characters are in this white void, and him being the protagonist is the de facto leader for whatever reason. Is like, okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Or this is the plan. You're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Blah blah blah. Even then, he is so unconvincing. Just every time he has words to say, it does not work. I'm just like, dude, you need some lessons. You need some acting lessons. I'm sorry. Other things about Cole Young's character that annoy me. His family. Why does he even have a family if he's just gonna fuck off right away and say, oh, we got some trouble. Bye bye, guys. And then they only barely come in later on. I mean, there's no point to their existence. We could have easily just not had them. Second, his daughter is way too old. I was convinced that this was a younger sister for a long time until they were very explicit about things. And I'm like, "Wait, that you're a father? You do not look old enough to be that girl's father." His power in the movie is so lame. It's basically like hardened skin and then like blade arms or something. It was so boring, especially compared to like some guys have fires and lasers and whatnot. It's like, that's the power? Really? Okay. So that sucked, but also the logic of how to basically elicit it from him just didn't make any sense because when they're training, they're trying to basically bring out the powers in these Mortal Kombat fighters, and their logic is like Raiden and the people at the temple are like, well, let's just beat them up and then eventually it'll come out, right? Keep in mind that Cole Young's character basically makes a living out of getting beat up. We established that in the beginning. So, why on earth, if we already know this, would that possibly work? Why would they think that would work? Wouldn't the power have come out earlier? Next is Sub-Zero, played by Joe Taslim. I was really excited for him because he's in the show Warrior, which is a great, fantastic show with a lot of great martial arts, actually a great story. If you were interested in this movie and thought, oh, should I watch it? Just watch Warrior instead. Amazing stuff. But, anyways, he's in this movie, only has one scene with his mask off, and he's pretty good in the scene, but then every subsequent scene, he's pretty much just eye acting, because he's got the mask on his face the entire time. Also, the mask like never I don't know if you guys noticed, it like never actually really fits on his face. It's just like a little off to the side with the nose, and I'm like, did no one catch this? This is really fucking weird to miss, considering this is not your title character, but the character that you're putting on all the fucking posters. You'd think you would get that right. Anyways, he begins like this badass Terminator type character. And then, like, as expected in a lot of these movies, you overpower this antagonist in the beginning, and then at the end, in the final fight, he pulls all his punches and never goes for the throat, to quote unquote, and is just like not that powerful. And then he gets his fucking ass kicked, and you go like, Sub Zero, you were so much better of a fighter until the end. Why did you just be a little pussy about this? Wasted the character. I mean, he'll come back, but wasted the actor more. He deserves better. Sonya Blade is the highlight of the movie for me. I have not seen this actress before, but I was just like, she just looks so good in her outfit. She was like the one shining light in this movie, and her action scenes were pretty decent. At least her actual fighting physicality was good. She was good and convincing, though she was not very convincing in her big introductory exposition dump. In her very first scene, she just gives like this very big exposition dump, and you go like, Jesus Christ, this is way too much. I'm confused already. I don't, and she's just not selling it particularly well. She's good in the rest of the movie, just not in this bit. Next, we got, and sorry if I mispronounced the name, but her Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion. I've seen this actor many times, and he's a solid actor. I wish he wasn't just fucking killed off in the beginning and then comes back at the end. Kind of like, yo, you wasted this really good actor. Anyways, he's really impressive in the fight scenes. At least his physicality is impressive. But honestly, because the character is so seldomly used, it's like not even really worth talking about him, unfortunately. But I will say, it's really weird that, I mean, we all know this. Essentially, Cole Young is related to this guy and gets flashes of him throughout the movie. But we do this like 5 or 6 times, and it's just like flash, flash, flash. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I got it the first time. You don't need to do it 30 fucking times. This is just way too much. This is annoying. Kano. I like Kano's introduction when he was in cuffs and everything, and I thought he was kind of funny there. But then he almost instantly became really grating and annoying, and I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. And then when he became the villain, it's just like, well, just kill him. Just finish him. My God, just finish him. Just finish this movie. Just get it over with. Ugh. Jax. So we got Jax. He's the guy with the metal arms. Doesn't make any sense that Sub Zero doesn't quote unquote finish him. That in the beginning of the movie, Sub Zero and him fight, then Sub Zero basically freezes his arms and then leaves him to die. If Sub Zero's motivation in that scene, if Sub Zero's only goal was to basically kill all of Earth's champions, why would he not finish the job? Why would he not just, this guy is lying on the ground basically dead, just double tap, just behead him? I don't understand why he wouldn't do that. And then later on, when they get into a big fight at the temple, again, why just leave the guy if your goal is to kill these champions? Because you leave him basically unconscious. Doesn't make any sense. What also doesn't make any sense is that he has these dainty metal arms, and then when he needs to, they conveniently get like bigger and stronger and everything. Like they just grow out. And it's just like, well, that's not how that works whatsoever. I am all for doing silly, stupid shit. This is Mortal Kombat. I get it. But at the same time, you guys established yourselves that you want to take yourselves seriously. You said that in the premise, or you said that in the tone. So you can't just magically have this appear out of nowhere. You got to have some logic to it. And There is none. It's just like, well, this is when we need it to happen, so this is gonna happen. And then as for everybody else, honestly, the list is too long. Not worth it. They're all either boring, dull, or just stupid. So, not gonna waste my time with any other character, because fuck them. Just wrapping things up, the fight scenes, the action, like, not terrible. It's not like this shaky cam shit where you go, I can't follow anything. This is truly miserable to watch. But it's also not good because it's just so mediocre and just so forgettable that there's only one action kill that I can even remember, or even action bit that I can remember. Everything else is just so like in one ear out the other. And it's annoying because you have a lot of really great martial artists, a lot of great action stars. That's why I was so excited for Louis Tan to be in this movie, or for Joe Taslim to be in it too. But the thing is, they're so inundated with the suits they're in that they can't perform to the level that they need to. And it's so damn frustrating because we were like this close. We were this close to getting something great. And then the director said, I'm just going to shit all over this. And the last thing I'll say is the music. Now, the Mortal Kombat theme is so good. I listen to it all the time. And one of the things that I can expect from a mediocre movie like this is to at least have a decent score. I feel like that's the one oddity in mediocre movies like this. They still have a decent score. So I was expecting, okay, you can have the potential of the decent score and you have a good theme to begin with. So it should coalesce into something pretty good, right? No, it's absolutely terrible. The score is a forgettable turd the entire way through until the end, in which they saved the Mortal Kombat theme. But even then, it doesn't feel that satisfying when they start playing it. And then, as soon as they start playing it, it's like immediately forgotten about. And it's not even a well done version, it's a shitty version that's inundated with like mediocre score on top of it. And it's just like, I don't know how you fuck this one up, guys. I can understand every other thing that you fucked up, but this is the one thing that you should have so easily have gotten right. So yeah, this movie sucked. Don't watch it. Thank you for tuning in, for watching Fuck Your Opinion. Like I said in the beginning, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And if you don't, I am gonna like the one good kill I liked is when the guy had his hat, threw it in the ground, and then threw the flying lady into it and she got cut in half. So if you don't do the like and the subscribe, I'm gonna say fuck off, and I'm gonna throw you into the hat, and you're gonna be like shh, like that. You're gonna do that, okay?